Happy Thursday. How you doing? I have to admit, I'm a bit distracted. I got a lot on my mind with what's going to be going on here this weekend. With a little help from my friends. See, Job, it's nice to have friends. You know. Speaking of friends, how are your friends doing? Joe, Mad, and the rest of them. They've been going there to help you. I don't know if I mentioned this already. Yeah, your good old YouTube friends, huh? Yeah. Just that's what happens when you don't have a real life with real friends that can be there in person, help you out with shit. They just go to your videos. Other than that, they don't do shit to help you. I guess you're finding out, huh? Who your friends really are? Your YouTube friends? You realize that you don't have any real friends in the real fucking world because your whole world revolves around YouTube. Without that, you got nothing. You know. Anyway, yeah, I've already been talking to some people. Kenny and Dean's going to give me a hand Saturday, and proper planning and preparation is essential. I got pretty much everything I need for that one room. The rest I'll get after New Year's when I get to the living room and I get to my den here. But that's the room that really has an obvious problem with an area in the ceiling, so that'll get taken care of first. And I wanted that done before Christmas. Now it'll be done before Thanksgiving. Before Halloween, come to think of it. Hey, Java, how's that move going? Well, I heard a couple things earlier in the week. I guess earlier in the week, Java did a live. Said he's been talking to his lawyer. I don't know if I mentioned this, did I? I forget. I am really distracted. My mind's already in early Saturday morning getting started. And he's been talking to the lawyer again. These lawyers don't communicate with the seller. They communicate with the realtor and the bank of the person that's buying the product, the house, the property. Make sure everything's, all the legalities and paperwork is in order with a, title search, home inspection. He said he's been talking to the lawyer. The lawyer told him they just have to do a water test. That's all he needs for a water test. And then things will get moving, then he'll sell the house. Okay. They're going to do a land soil test also to make sure there's no radioactive contaminants in the soil that make it uninhabitable for humans to live there. Without glowing at night and growing third fucking arms, and this fucking guy. Oh, this was great. He said he said on that live that he found out what burnt out that starter, the matching number starter, original matching number. It was that the cables were connected to the wrong terminals on the battery. The positive was on the negative, and the negative was on the positive. He thinks he knows how that happened. Kids in the neighborhood went by in the middle of the night, opened the hood, and they switched the battery cables on the battery. Kids went and did that to his battery, and that's what burnt out his starter. Okay. 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 Today, he's still smoking cigarettes like a fiend, too. Huffing and wheezing, can't breathe. He says, you. That was fucking hysterical. So now it's going to take us a water test. Then they can finally get things moving and wrap up the sale of that fucking house, get all that money. He's going to buy that house in that fucking 55 and over senior community. He's going to buy a house there and then have extra money to invest in things and, put it in the bank and collect interest that he'll be able to live off, Oh, yeah. It's AB. And he starts talking about his work. I know about pensions. I get two. One from the government and one from the private sector. I know about income. My brother and I do pretty good with the rental incomes we get from the 6 rental units that we own. And I know about pensions. I get two from two different sources. I know Jabba had mentioned in the past, he said I think I questioned it maybe last week or something. He had said he, he's going to get a teacher's pension. A teacher's pension. And at that time, I think I questioned. I didn't know that they gave teachers' pensions to people that drove little minivan buses, shuttling people around, whether it's seniors, special needs, charter schools. I thought you had to be a fucking teacher in a classroom to get a teacher's pension. Says, hey, he's talking about his job, Brian. He's going back to work on the 15th. Maybe by then his disability will come through. He'll say, fuck it, I don't have to work. After all, I can. He's saying, you worked in the school system for 30 years. This gets better. As a janitor and a groundskeeper. And at times he drove that little minivan around. Wow. So now they not only give a teacher's pension to someone that drives a minivan around once in a while. Now they give teachers' pensions to a janitor that cleans fucking toilets and picks up trash and shit on the grounds around the school. Oh man, this is too good. Listen, I gotta get going to the VTH in a bit. I feel kind of bad. I feel like I've been depriving my 5, yes, 5, count them 5, but I'm not bragging, my 5 loyal, faithful, loving, trusting, devoted Uncle Brian groupies. I felt like I've been kind of letting you down and depriving you with not a whole lot of content this week, It's because I've been a little distracted, planning ahead, what's going to happen here this weekend. I got a couple friends coming over. Things you don't have, Jabba, when you need help with things. You know what I mean? I got one little issue to resolve. Something that I didn't realize I'm really going to need. And it kind of hit me last night. So I'm going to work on that and it'll get here. Something that's really going to be needed due to the 10-foot height of these ceilings. I'm 6 foot, but I can't, 8-foot ceiling, I can stretch and I can touch, Can't do that with a 10-foot. And I'm 6 foot. Kenny's around 5'10", Dean's around 5'11". Billy and George are older than me, they're like 6'3" and 6'4", the two brothers, G and G Holly. Sure, one of the guys will come through for me, let me borrow something I'm really going to need. I'm really going to need it. Nobody has it, I'll go buy it. So I'm going to need it for 2 other rooms when I get done with the dining room. That'll be those other 2 rooms, my den here in the living room. That'll be after New Year's when we get that long stretch going through, the end of March, early April when it's real fucking bad and you can't do anything outside. So I'll be stuck in the house more. That'll be the time to do it. I won't have to worry about the holidays, people visiting the houses. I got this or that's not finished yet. And, I won't give a fuck then. Because things do get in a bit of disarray and a bit of a mess while you're working on things. And then it's done, you clean up and, then it's okay after that. So I've been a little bit distracted. So I think tomorrow, you know what day tomorrow is, right? Come on, you know what day tomorrow is. I don't need to remind you. You know how I tell you, maybe I'll do something a little bit different. Try to make it up to you 5 guys. Because like I say, without you, I am nothing, man. I would not be as world famous as I am without you 5 people. I would not be Uncle Brian. I would just be regular Brian Cabral. You know what I mean? And my life would turn to shit. And I'd be just like Jabba. Except I'd have a nice home to live in. Good woman in my life. Children, grandchildren, good friends, a brother. Still miss my sister. We all do. So, see what I could do for you tomorrow morning. In the meantime, have fun and stay safe.